Hello, my name is Mike Johnson. I'm taking you in an inside and outside video tour of this 2016 Lexus RX 350. This one is the top of the line. It would cost you probably about $56,000 roughly to buy one brand new, something like this. It's got so many features that I have the printout from Lexus to tell you the accurate information. So starting on page 1 as we're going around here, this is has a blind spot monitor radar with rear cross traffic alert. The black mocha, dark mocha interior trim, 20-inch gray metallic alloy wheels. Yeah, these are the big ones. These are 20-inch wheels, and the wheels on this one are in really good condition. They have not been curved because one of the features is this has the surround view camera. With surround view camera is new technology. It actually has 4 backup cameras, one on each corner of the car. And when you're using the backup camera, you get a traditional backup camera that looks out the rear, but it also has one that's almost like you have a drone flying over your car at all times, looking straight down, and then you see all the curbs and obstacles around the vehicle. It has the wheels, since we're talking about those, these are big. These are 20-inch wheels, and when I say they're not curved, that means the edges haven't been ground off on these. They look like brand new. It does have wheel locks with a wheel lock key located in the vehicle. And then it looks like these are nitrogen filled tires, and there's a lot of tire tread. This one has special directional tires to improve your road handling. I've personally driven this car several hundred miles before I made this video. About 500 miles I've put on it in the last week. The front brakes have been serviced. We did that. They're good. Going down the list of features, illuminated door sills. That means when you open up the door, the little Lexus logo glows white at night, makes it look really impressive to all your friends. Color heads-up display. So there's actually a projector on the windshield of this car, a large one. Heads-up displays have been around for years and years on fighter planes. All the fighter pilots, you have them. And on cars, they've been around since the 80s, but only in small numbers. So it's got a giant projector in the front of the dashboard, and when you're driving, you can see your speed and other information displayed in front of you on the windshield, so you don't even have to take your eyes off the road. It's a great safety feature. It has Lexus Safety System Plus. That's actually a really big deal. Older cars didn't have anything like this. This has radar adaptive cruise control, which is the Lexus logo is the front of a radar unit. You know what radar is as relates to cars and baseballs. Radar is what they point at the pitcher when he's throwing a fastball. See how fast, if he can throw a 100-mile-an-hour pitch or not. Okay. Or the cops wait on the other side of a hill, so when you come flying over the hill, they point the radar at your car to see how fast you're going. Okay, this has radar built into the front of the car and the back of the car. So, but when you're driving forward, the radar is linked with your cruise control. So you have these extra buttons. And if you look at a lot of RX 350s or other vehicles, you won't see this. It's fairly rare still. That's your distance selector. So when you turn on the cruise control, your dash says radar ready, and then you can use your cruise control in heavy traffic. And it's really cool because you set your cruise control and you're driving, say, 75 miles an hour down the freeway, and all of a sudden traffic comes to a stop in front of you. Now with old style cruise control, you would have to push the brake. but not with this car. This car will come to a full and complete stop automatically, which is really helpful because if you're not paying attention when that car is coming to a complete stop in front of you, you might smack into it. But not with this car. The radar will automatically slow and stop the vehicle, and then when you want to go again, all you have to do is push the gas. It has full stop radar adaptive cruise control. I got to focus on the list here, and we'll talk more about the other options. Touch-free power rear door. So there's a way you can open the door without touching it automatically. I haven't learned that yet, but there's also a button right here. You hit the button and it opens. It's a power rear door. There's a button on your remote control to do it. And there's also another button right here. And there's additional button on the dashboard, so you can do it from the driver's seat. So when you pull up to let your family out at the airport, you don't even have to get out of the driver's seat. Heated and ventilated front seats. So this actually has air-conditioned seats and heated seats. We'll talk about that when we go inside. Panorama moonroof. Okay, that's pretty rare. You don't see that very often. That's why I'm telling you this is a top of the line. Up on the roof, it has a big double glass panel sunroof, or triple panel. So it's got the front wind deflector, it's got the full panorama roof, and it opens up all the way to the back. Most of the Lexus, it's pretty common to find them with the regular sunroof, but this panorama sunroof is a very expensive option. And this one has it. Now it's getting windy here. The large navigation system, Lexus intuitive parking assist. So it's got I mentioned the front and rear radar. Okay, this is different. This is the old school parking sonar sensor, little sensor here. When you get close to the curb or another car, it goes beep, 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 beep. It has that, and it looks really nice. It shows up on the backup camera. But I mentioned it has rear radar. I haven't talked about that yet. The rear radar with rear cross traffic alert system, there's actually additional radar units, you know, like the ones the baseball players measure their speeds with. There's a radar unit on the rear corners of the bumper, and that radar, let's see, we pull in and we're parked next to that big container and we want to back out and the car's coming at 50 miles an hour. You wouldn't be able to see that as you're backing out. So, but with the radar can see it, and it'll give you an audible warning when vehicles are approaching from as far as 100 feet away. And pedestrians, it'll beep at you if they're within 25 feet or so approaching from the rear. It's very helpful in parking spaces at the shopping malls and anywhere else you might park. So as I'm going down the list, this has the premium package, which includes leather trim seats, power folding outside mirrors, driver's seat, steering wheel mirror memory, rain sensing windshield wipers, aluminum roof rails, and it has the heated wood steering wheel. So yeah, you got these roof rails up on the roof. It's not a plain roof, it's got those roof rails up there. And it's got the rain sensing windshield wipers. Well, I'm talking about the outside radar earlier. New for 2016, there's a front camera up here. This also has the automatic high beams. So you can set your high beams on to be on all the time, and they'll stay high beam unless there's other cars around. Then they'll auto dim. Up on the windshield here, this is the sensor for the rain sensing windshield wiper. So if you're driving and it starts raining, the wipers can come on automatically, and if it rains harder, they'll wipe faster automatically. You don't have to fiddle with it. That's very nice. Before we go inside, I mentioned there's 4 cameras. This is your front backup camera. It's actually the front camera tied to the backup camera system. It's got distance measuring sonar, and it's got the front radar. So these are the little sonar sensors. You've seen these for years. But the front radar, you can't see that, but it's behind the logo there. That's really nice. I drove this thing from Arizona to California, And I just set the cruise control. I didn't have to touch the gas or the brake the whole way until I got off the freeway. It did all the driving automatically. Very, very useful. Now, in the door handles, there's touch sensors to lock the door, or just reach for the door handle to unlock it as a smart key system. There's little lights in the door handles, so when you walk up to the car at night, the little LED lights come on and light up your door handles, which is really cool. So we're going to go inside, and as I'm coming in, I'm going to show you the vehicle identification number. Ends in 601. So the leather seats, very nice leather seats. It's dark interior, but these, remember, are heated and cooled. Air conditioned seats, so that actually little cool air comes out of the seats and cools your behind and your back and ventilates you when you're sitting here. So leather seats on a hot day, you don't even have to sweat. You just turn on the air conditioned seats, and they have an auto setting right there. That's auto for cooling or heating for left and right. Let's get out of the glare. As I move out of the glare into the shade, we can see my satellite view camera there as I'm pulling up close to the building. We're looking at a front view camera and the drone eye, you know, from the sky view camera. So you can see I'm getting really close to the building, and then my intuitive parking assist, it starts beeping at me. It says you're getting closer, 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 and I'll stop right there. No, I'll get a little closer. I can still get a little closer. That's close enough. See that? Now if I put it in reverse, now that's my backup camera. And I'm still in the drone eye view. I have different views that I can select. I have a super wide view or rear view. And notice this has guidelines. Notice the guidelines tell me where the front and rear corners are going to go as I'm turning my steering wheel. So I'm turning my steering wheel, and the guidelines show me which way the car is going to go. Let's go try that on the parking space. So let's go find a parking space. In this parking lot, they're everywhere. I'm going to pick one of these parking spots over here. But when I slow down, I get my front view auto. If you see it flickering, that's just the scan rate of my camera is a mismatch from the thing, but you can't see flickering with your naked eye. So as I turn sharp, I'm picking that parking space right there. And I don't want to go outside the lines. So I'm going to go forward. And I'm backing it straight into a parking space. And I can see how close I am to the curb. And look, I'm perfectly straight, backed right into the parking space. That's pretty neat. Now, Lexus, I can control my navigation from here, and the nice thing is you can input destinations when you're driving using this system. Put it in drive back into the shadiest part so I don't have glare for my camera. Now, I'm in the shade, and I'm going to try to show you the head-up display screen. I think you can see that. Hold my camera. So it's actually projecting the speed right there in the windshield. Now this is a wide view camera, so if you really want to see it, play this video on your giant 4K TV in your living room. Because this was on YouTube, And if you watch this video on 4K on your TV, it's much higher quality than trying to watch this video on your phone or something like that. Because this is a nice 1080p video. Now, in navigation mode, I have my full screen for navigation, and notice I have green stripes on my streets showing me the traffic is light at this time. And I also have my bird's eye view. I can change it from bird's eye view. I can go to top view. I can zoom out. Let's zoom out till we can see the ocean. There's the ocean. Shows me where I am. Different views. That's forward looking view or bird's eye view. There's 3 different views, which is nice. Zoom back in. And if I select my menu, I have all kinds of apps that I can play with. We're not going to take the time in this video. I want to keep the video short. But while I'm talking about this, I'm going to point out that this vehicle has the additional feature of Mark Levinson premium surround sound. Top of the line audio package. That's a couple $1,000 option right there. It's very hard to get the to find a Mark Levinson audio equipped, and it does sound better than the regular sound system. It sounds very good, and it has Bluetooth, of course, built in. So I have music on my phone. So if I select Bluetooth on the input source, it has satellite radio. There's Bluetooth, so if I play my music, I don't know what this is. So there's some Taylor Swift. So I'm playing Taylor Swift, and it appears in a couple places. It'll show up on the overhead big screen for your audio source, but it will also show up on your center console. Right now I'm in the radar adaptive cruise control screen. We're going to talk about the radar cruise control more in a minute. But if I scroll through to Bluetooth audio, it says I'm playing Taylor Swift, and I can fast forward to the next song on my phone right here from the steering wheel controls. Make sure my volume is up. So it's loading, the song is starting. So it shows what's on my screen here, right here on the dash, so you can keep your eyes up on the road, which is really nice. You don't want to hear that? You can fast forward to the next song. So you can control all the music on your phone. You go home, you put the music on your phone, and it plays to the radio on your Mark Levinson premium surround. So it'll sound better to listen to it in the car than it does in your house, unless you have like a really expensive home sound system. This has dual temperature control for driver's side and passenger side. It has fresh air circulation and all kinds of it even has the auto recirculate. So I'm on fresh air now, but I can select auto or fresh. It's pretty cool. It automatically selects that. Of course, you still have a CD player. A lot of cars don't even give you a CD player anymore, but this one gives you a CD player with a premium sound. Automatic parking brake. When you put it in park, it automatically engages the parking brake, so you don't have to forget or remember. When you start driving, it automatically releases a parking brake, and that's all automatic. Now we're going to go back to the dash here. So we're going to talk about the lane assist. I mentioned there's a front camera in this bulge in the front windshield here. Okay, that does a lot. Okay, this is your radar distance selector. So when your cruise control is on, it selects if you want to follow far, medium, or close following distance. And it also projects that information on your head-up display, which is really neat. But this is your lane assist, and when that's enabled, it turns on little lane lines on the head-up display and in the dash here. And when the front camera can see, and it's very intuitive, when it can see that you're in the lane, those lane lines will go solid, and it doesn't have to. You can turn this next feature that I'm going to tell you about. You can turn this on or off, but if it's on, it'll hold the car in the lane, and it'll actually steer a little bit. So it'll steer to some extent to keep you in the lane. So you can let go your steering wheel for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and the car is maintaining the thing. Now, if you leave your hands off the steering wheel for 30 seconds, it's going to beep at you and say, put your hands on the steering wheel, or keep your hands on the steering wheel, because you have to have your hands on the steering wheel. It's not an autopilot like the Tesla, which that's not really a full autopilot. I've heard stories of people falling asleep driving their Teslas. This car will not let you fall asleep. It'll start beeping at you and start making noises. It's not a driverless car. You have to drive it, but it will help you. So when you start getting distracted by whatever's going on, you know, somebody's in the front seat having a tantrum or something, it'll help you a little bit. Because if you start drifting out of your lane, it's going to beep at you and it'll try to hold you in your lane. Now you can turn on or off the steering part of the lane assist, and you can turn on or off the beeping at you part of the lane assist. So if you don't like it to beep at you when you're wandering across different lanes, you can turn that off. It won't beep at you if you have your turn signal on and change lanes, but if your turn signal is not on and you drift out of your lane, it will beep at you. Now going on to the other features, in the mirror there's little orange LED lights that show your lane assist monitor, or blind spot monitor, and rear cross traffic alert. So I'm going to demonstrate with my backup camera. We're going to go on a little drive and show you what in the world am I talking about. Okay, I mentioned if we park next to a blind corner like this big shipping container here. Now imagine you're at the shopping mall and this is a giant monster truck on your left side, and then you got another giant monster truck on your right side. When you put it in reverse, of course you have your backup camera, but what if you're not in the shopping mall? What if you're in somebody's driveway on a busy street who you went to visit, and cars are going to whiz by at 35 miles an hour, but you're parked next to your friend's monster truck and you can't see if cars are coming? So when you start backing up, if there's a vehicle approaching from as far as 100 feet away, it'll beep at you. The radar will detect it and it'll alert you, so you can avoid encountering a crash or causing a crash as you're backing out. So it's a really nice feature. The rear cross traffic alert, Toyota and Lexus started offering that in 2013 on some models. It's really nice. Going on to other features, you have the state-of-the-art electrochromic auto dimming mirror. So there's glass in the mirror, and actually the outside mirrors in this one has that feature too. So the glass in all your mirrors actually darkens a little bit, so the brightness of all these high intensity headlights don't blind you at night. That's really helpful. This does it automatically when you turn the car off and lock it, but it has power folding mirrors so that people won't break off your mirrors, which are expensive because they have little backup cameras underneath them, and then they have the auto dimming feature. So to protect your mirrors, they fold away when you're stopped with the car locked up, which is really nice. And then the mirrors can aim down for a better view of the curb if that feature is enabled. There's an auto button on the mirrors. And to set all your mirrors and your steering wheel is power, by the way, power tilt. There's a little control here, power tilt. This is not common. Not a lot of these don't have this feature, but it's power tilt telescopic steering wheel. So that your seat, your steering wheel, your mirrors all adjust based on your memory setting buttons. So you got button 1, 2, or 3. So you got a his and a hers and a kids button. So you can have or mom or dad can drive your car and have their own memory button set, which is really neat. Up on the overhead, it has the SOS system, which is similar to General Motors OnStar system. If you had a medical emergency, or you crashed your car and you couldn't find your cell phone because you rolled down a cliff or something, the car can call for help all by itself using the onboard cellular SOS connection. Talking about the panoramic moonroof, you've got the full panorama. This is a tilt and slide power sunroof, which is larger than the regular tilt and slide power sunroof, and the power operated window shade, so it closes right up. So if you're in the sun and you don't want to be in the sun, you can close that. You can open it partially or all the way. Tilt and slide. That's pretty neat. And if you got your sunglasses, you have a sunglasses holder up here. You've got business card holder right here, or security card holder. These are lighted, and then they fold out and telescope out. Lexus is a nice car. It's very nice. This one also has a heated steering wheel. Look at all these little buttons over here. That's for your panorama view camera engagement. That's your heated steering wheel. That's to enable or disable the automatic high beams. That's to open your rear hatch from the driver's seat, which I showed you when I was outside. It's opening up. And that's the head-up display, which projects the driving information on your windshield, including there's a compass on the left, your vehicle speed, what gear you're in, and the radar adaptive cruise control shows if you're following a car or not. And it's radar. The older Lexus RX never really had it, but they were gonna offer laser cruise control in the past. They didn't do it because it didn't work very good. This is something different. This is radar, so it's a millimeter wave radar. A millimeter is really small, so it actually measures speed differential within a couple millimeters. Very, very good feature. And the condition of this interior and exterior is perfect. And also you got a USB port down here. You've got all kinds of features. You can open this up, and you could keep an extra cell phone in here plugged in case you forget your cell phone. You could have a spare cell phone in here. Really nice setup. So this Lexus is still under bumper-to-bumper warranty. The warranty is up to 70,000 miles of bumper-to-bumper warranty coverage. There's nothing wrong with it. But if something happened, you buy this car and something goes wrong, and you want to take it to the Lexus dealer and wondering how much it's going to cost, it shouldn't cost you anything to fix most anything that could go wrong, because it has bumper-to-bumper warranty. That doesn't cover wear items like tires wearing out or brakes wearing out. But this already has almost brand new tires on it. So the tires have been replaced, the brakes have been checked and serviced. Thing drives like a dream. And up on the front, it's got LED headlights, the best headlights I've ever experienced on a vehicle. This has the best headlights I've ever had the experience of using at night. You can see at night almost like it's daytime. You can see colors and everything way down the road. Work very amazing at night. And I get a lot of nice cars with really nice headlights, but this one has the best headlights I've experienced. It even comes with door edge protectors built into the car around the wheel well edges. There's no accidents on this. It has a clean Carfax. It passed certified inspection. We did a certified inspection on it, and there are no accidents. Very clean. This has the high quality pearl white paint, and it's different paint than they use on the Toyotas. This is a harder, stronger, more scratch resistant paint, so I couldn't find any scratches on it either. I looked all over and I couldn't find scratches on the car. There must be a scratch somewhere, but I can't find them. My name is Mike Johnson. Give me a call, 951 951-681-2101. 951-681-2101. That's the little cameras on the bottom of the mirrors that give you that drone eye view. It's even a better view than a drone could give you, because the cameras are close enough to the ground, and the computer and the backup camera figures everything out. Mike Johnson, give me a call, and thank you for watching.